we are live. Welcome back to the show. This is Raw Talk, and I'm Raw. So, on this episode, I want to talk about maintaining and cultivating good relationships. And we're going to kind of piggyback off the last episode when I mentioned the phone call I got from a friend of mine a little while ago. And she said that she was thankful that our relationship could just be like water. I think that's a really good way to put it because a lot of times in friendships and relationships and just dealings with people in general, there's too much expectation. There's always like an underlying motive or agenda when it could just be. And when you find those people and you engage in those relationships that just are, and you could just be you, and you know that on the other side it's being reciprocated, then those are the ones to hold on to. And at least for me, sometimes I'll go 3 months, 6 months, a year without speaking to some of my very good friends. But every time we do talk, it's like we never miss a day. Hey, how's it going? Everything good? Grandma good? Mom and pop's good? All of it, and it feels good to have that and to be asked those questions, and for the relationship just to flow like that. And I'm very thankful for the relationships that I have in my life. I mentioned her and one of my guys. Every time he calls me, the first questions that he asks me is, "How's the family? The kids good? The wife good? Are you good? Are you healthy? Do you feel okay?" Literally never fails. Every time this man calls me, these are the questions that he's asking me, and I don't think I initially even really picked up on it until after a while. I'm like, wow, this guy actually cares how I'm doing, and it's definitely a strange feeling because you deal with so many fake people every day, and to have someone genuine like that is a very special thing. And I make sure to he actually taught me in doing that to reciprocate that. And I feel like that's very important, especially as men, to ask those questions and to set that example. So I definitely appreciate that. And now I've got a couple other good friends of mine that have always been there. And when I say good friends, like these people have been around for upwards of a decade or more. Now, with all that being said, it's also important to recognize and weed out the not so good relationships. The relationships that are too much of a strain on you mentally, sometimes physically, and aren't serving you. And those relationships and friendships aren't really too hard to weed out either, because you know how you feel when you get off the phone with these people. You know how you feel when you leave these people's houses or gatherings or whatever. You know if it rubbed you the wrong way or not. So it's not a difficult thing. You know what you have to do. You know if it's putting a strain on you, your relationships, your well-being, your mindset, the way you look at the world, the way you look at your job, the way you look at your family, then it's not serving you. Get rid of it. Point blank. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to tell these people off, tell them about themselves, let the ego get involved, none of that, because ultimately that's for you and not for them. Sometimes you just need distance. Just create the distance and get back to the people and the things that are serving you and the things that you want in your life. That's just my thoughts on relationships and the ones that I have and the ones that I'm thankful for. And I definitely encourage you guys to look at your relationships on a daily basis and who you're interacting with, who you're spending your time with, and figure out if that time is being spent well and if that time being spent is serving you. But yeah, so that's it for today's episode, guys. Remember, like, subscribe, follow, all the things. And let me know in the comments your experiences, what you're dealing with. If you need help with something, always open to my DMs. And remember to take care of yourself and take care of business. Raw.